Hello, Doc Boffin here, commentating on another game of Combat Cards at the Combat Cards Arenas in Europa. On the left we have Magnek Fang playing a horror demo deck, and on the right Osprey the Aryan playing a robot demo deck in one of our regular competitions that we hold each week at the Combat Cards Arenas in Europa. So, first blood goes to Magnek Fang, who plays Couture's Kosh for 12 points of damage in the mid-area, taken down to 4 points of damage, by the block of Osprey the Aryan. Now, Guttural's Groan comes out from Magnek Fang, which draws him up to 1 point of horror energy. Meanwhile, Osprey has got some heat from their Alpha Blast, which did some damage on Magnek there. Now, Magnek gets out the Couture's Kosh, which is a relatively big attack in the mid-area. Osprey, meanwhile, is forced to wait out a turn, drawing a card to get rid of the heat that was built up by that Alpha Blast. Now, Osprey's got rid of the heat and has now built up some energy. Meanwhile, Magnek is drawing a card, going up to 4 cards there. So let's see what happens now. Osprey attacking once again with an Alpha Blast, 16 points of damage in the high area, reduced down to 10 by the block from Latte Lash. Osprey now has some heat to get rid of, and Magnek has some horror energy that he can use to launch a big attack, which he does. The 6 Sumo Slap, 10 points of damage and 2 points of regeneration, reduced to 9 and 1 by the block of Electroshock in the low area. So Magnek is in the lead now. Magnek drawing again up to 5 cards. Osprey playing Engage Cyclotron to gain some energy after getting rid of that heat in the last round. So we'll probably see another big attack from Osprey in this round. And there it is. It's coming out. It's a Beta Pulse, which is a big mid attack, not blocked by Magnek at all. So Magnek's down to 62 health, and Osprey's in the lead here. Magnek counters with a Couture's Kosh again in the mid area, 12 points of damage and 3 points of regeneration. The regeneration completely wiped out by the block of 3 in the middle by Osprey, and Osprey only takes 9 points of damage. Now, Latte Lash comes out to get some horror energy, and Engage Cyclotron gets the robot energy, and now both players are probably going to play big attacks, and they do. 6 Somo Slack attacks in the low area, and also some regeneration, reduced slightly by Alpha Blast block, and Alpha Blast attacks in the high area, reduced by the 6 Sumo Slaps. So, it's very close. 51 plays 55. Now, Brain Drain comes out, which is a 1-turn attack in the horror demo, and Electroshock, the 1-turn attack in the robot demo deck. And now we have Guttural Groan building up the horror energy, and Engage Cyclotron again building up the robot energy. Now I have a Couture's Kosh in the mid area and a Beta Pulse in the mid area, so both players launch big attacks and trade large amounts of damage. That actually brings Osprey back into the lead, 18 points of damage from the Beta Pulse. It's a very big attack. Now I have a draw from Magnek, getting up to 6 cards, and Electroshock, while a little attack from Osprey while she gets rid of the energy from that Beta Pulse attack. The heat build-up, sorry. Now, Guttural Groan comes out and Engage Cyclotron, both players building up energy for big attacks in the next round. Let's see if they come. And they do. The Scottish card is played by Magnek. Reservoir Rip does 14 points of damage and 4 regeneration, and Alpha Blast does 16 points of damage. Both players take the full damage because both players attacked in the high area, and you don't generally attack and block in the same area. Now, Latte Lash builds up the horror energy. Meanwhile, Osprey has to wait a turn out to get rid of the heat build-up from her last attack. Now, Couture's Kosh comes in the mid-area. All the regeneration wiped out, and some of the attack by the block of Engage Cyclotron in the mid-area, which gets Osprey some robot energy, which is unleashed again in a big attack, and there it is once more. I think that's the Beta Pulse coming out. So the damage is reduced to 12 by the block of Guttural Groan, but it's not looking good for Magnek. But now Magnek launches Reservoir Rip, and the tables are turned once again. 14 points of damage, not blocked by Osprey. Osprey gets 2 points of damage in return, but now Magnek is once again in the lead. So it's tit for tat here, and it could go either way. Both players down to the point where they can be wiped out by one attack from their opponent. So both getting energy. It could come down to this last attack, and it does. Beta Pulse from Osprey, 18 points of damage. Magnek Fang is on -4. It's all over, and thank you very much for watching.